So it's time to start our lettuce experiment. So the first thing I want you to do is to get all of the things for the lettuce experiment out of your Wonder Kit. So that's going to be the soil, the containers, the seeds, and the tags. And what we're going to do, what I'm going to suggest is take your seeds and lay them out so that they are in order. So you'd have Duquesne, and then you would have Green Star, then you would have Hoya Verde, Lucan, Radian, and Reliant. Then we're going to get our containers out, all 6 of them. And if you don't have 6 containers, find something around your house that you can use for a container. Maybe it's a paper cup. Just make sure that there are some holes in the bottom of it. Then we're going to fill our containers with our soil. So open this up. And you might want to do this someplace, it's probably going to make a mess, a little bit of a mess. But if you do this, pretty much pour it out so it's pretty much full like that. And like that. And there's 3. There's number 4. 5. And the last one. And then what you're going to want to do is go through and pack these down just a little bit, and then you may have to add some soil, like that one there is not quite full. You don't have to pack them down real hard, but you want to make sure that that soil is settled in there. Add just a little bit, like that, like that, like that. There we go. And there. Okay, so we have our containers filled and didn't even make too much of a mess, and look at that, we used up all of our soil. Now, what you should probably do next is label the tags. So you have the names of all the lettuce on the bags here, so write that down on each one. And put it in like that. Whoops. Oh, I almost dropped one. So you're going to label all of these so you know what they are. You probably want to make sure that you use a Sharpie or a permanent marker for this, because you're going to be watering these, and if it's not a permanent marker, it might come off. The other thing that you can do is you can write on these tags with a pencil, and that holds up pretty well. So that's 5 of them, and finally Reliant. All right, so now we got our containers all ready. And then we're just going to take our seeds, take your little bag that has the seed in it, and make sure that you are putting it in the container that has that same name. So these are my Duquesne. And I'm just going to, probably the easiest thing to do is to pour the seeds into your hand and then sprinkle them on here. And if you drop a seed or two, that's okay, but what you're doing is you're really just sprinkling them around the top so that they're like that. And then you can set that one down. And then we're going to do Green Star. And if you ever wondered why we have them in this particular order, it's alphabetical. There's nothing real magic about it, but it makes it easier when we do this a bunch of times to think, oh, okay, starts with D, then it goes to H, or I mean to G, and then to H, so that's why we have them in this order. Next is the Hoya Verde. Now you could, if you want to, spread the seeds, sprinkle the seeds right out of the container like this, and that works okay. I kind of like to put them into my hand Because one of the things that we've learned over the years is that seeds that we plant by taking them out of the container like this and putting them into our hand like this and then sprinkling them always seem to grow just a little bit better. Does anybody have any idea why they would grow better? I think it's just because those seeds that were in your hand know that somebody cares about them. And so they're just going to grow better for you. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right, radian, plant those seeds. Sometimes you even want to talk to your seeds and say, grow well, seeds. I know you can do it. You're good seeds. It's okay to encourage your seeds. I believe it helps. And finally, we have our Reliant seeds. So we'll put those here and then into here like that. You don't really have to you can push them down just a touch if you want to, but you really don't want to make a hole and dig them down in or anything like that. And they're all planted. Now we're going to have to water them. So now we have to water our seeds. Now you might not have a fancy watering can like this, but if you do, use it. This holds maybe about a cup of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some water to each one of these. And what I'm going to do is add about a half of this cup or this watering can. And you'll see that the soil gets wet. And you might even have a little bit of water that comes out the bottom. Yep, so a half a cup is going to be about the right amount. And then, of course, for this, I have to refill my watering can. How big a mess do you think I'll make doing this? And then water this one. The thing is that you want to make sure that you give each one exactly the same amount of water. And then when you water again, so when you look at these and they start to dry out, you want to make sure that you water them all the same. So even if you came and looked in, say, 2 or 3 days, and this one looked dry and this one didn't, you still want to water them the same, because we want to make sure that the only thing that's different in our experiment are the seeds. So the containers are the same, the soil is the same, and you're going to put them, when you grow them, in the same place. So there, our seeds are watered, and we're ready to move them to where they are going to grow. So now you're ready to grow these. So what we want you to do is to move these to someplace where they can grow. You want to keep them all together like this. It doesn't matter so much where you grow them. Probably the best place would be in a window where it's going to get some sun, but you could even take them outside. They will grow out there. But keep them all together and make sure that when you water them, that you water them the same. If you were to move them outside, you might want to put something up around them so that critters can't get to it. You're growing lettuce. If you have rabbits around, guess what rabbits like? Lettuce. So we're going to grow ours inside in the greenhouse, and we'll be growing it along with you, but you can grow it pretty much anywhere.